Hello, hello. Hey, Doug. Hey, Richard. Hey, Lurker. How you guys doing? Hey, Adam Jam. Hey, Westside. If I keep name calling, I'm not. Well, I'm calling names. Doing the roll call. Oh, Richard and Adam Jam, your packages went out. So if you didn't get them today, you'll get them soon. We had a minor snafu with the purple bubble mailers. So as we see those people jump on, we'll be letting them know about that. We're going to give it a few minutes to let people filter in. And we'll get the beginning stuffs out the way and get this thing going. Go ahead. Speaking of which, I forgot my macro.
Bad.
There we go. So how's everybody? Hey, Greg. Nope, it was just the one big box. That had all your stuffs in it. So whatever you get tonight, we'll be starting a new package. About to have a hurricane party in the next day. Yeah, it's getting that season. Richard, Ken Peavy passed away of a heart attack back in about May-ish of 2020. Yeah, that was a big blow to the coin community for sure. Yeah, make sure you have like a gas generator or solar panels or something to back up your power. It's a BYOB. Oh, you're good to go then. Just make sure you're stocked up on gas. Alright, payments made via PayPal. Use cheapskatecoins@gmail.com and use goods and services only, please. We also have Cash App using the same email. If you use Cash App, it will say Louis Cachera. That's me. You're in the right place. Shipping is $6 to $23, $6 being the little purple bubble mailers, $23 being a large flat rate box. There's an additional $35 charge on top of that if you want your package shipped registered. It is the only way you can ship insure coins all the way through the mail. So if you want that, let us know. We do hold packages if you want us to maximize your shipping so you can fill out your package. So if you want your package held, just let us know. Shoot us an email though. And let them say, hold my package. Because if you just say it in chat and we forget, that's your own fault. Shoot us an email. If you're new, you are able to get stuff tonight. You just have to send us an email by the end of the night. The email has to have your personal info, shipping info, channel name, which payment method you're going to use, and what email you use for that payment method. If we don't get that email by the end of the night, you will not get anything, and we never ship without payment. Here's our Facebook link. If you're on Facebook, go give us a follow. The lot list is on there. It is the top post. We post the lot list on there every time we have a sale. So you can go and check it out. We do also have a mailing list. If you want to be on the mailing list, shoot me an email. Again, cheapskatecoins@gmail.com and say, add me to the mailing list. If you're on the mailing list, you'll get the lot list a few days before every sale, and you have the ability to pre-purchase items as soon as you get the email. Keep in mind, it's first come, first served, just like the sales. So if you want something, don't wait, jump on it. Any pre-purchases do have to be paid for by the evening before the sale, unless you make prior arrangements with us. We're always willing to work with you guys. You just got to let us know ahead of time. Also, the lot list that we put the day of the sales that we post on Facebook has all items that were sold in pre-sale already removed. So what's on there is what is going to be in the stream. Well, if the vehicles are underwater, that gas ain't going to help you out much. So if the water starts rising, get out there with a siphon tube. All right, let's get this thing going. We're going to be kicking off, as always, with world banknotes. And first one is 1945 10 yen Japanese military banknote. It's going for $5 or 10 cents. Sorry, that's a typo. From the Series 100. These were the banknotes that were used on the military bases back in the day. from the World War II era. Anybody? Those prices on these things are going up. Apparently their popularity is going up. Alright, moving on. Next up, we had a couple of these last week. I have one more left. This is the 1925-cent fractional banknote from Canada. It is the Beauville note. It's the signature. And this one is going for 25 bucks. I saw these things online going for as high as like 50, 60 bucks each. And some of them were not even in this good a shape. Alright, moving on. Oh, banknote albums are in, guys. By the way, if anybody needs a banknote album, they're still wrapped up in the plastic. I'm not entirely sure where they're sitting right now. There they are. But they are the deluxe banknote albums. They're 50 bucks each. They hold 300 banknotes. So if anybody needs an album for all your banknotes, we do have 3 of them in. $50 for the albums. They're the big deluxe ones. Yeah, I can show it real quick. Boing. Let me grab one. Ugh. So, as I said, they are still in the wrap. I'm not going to unwrap it. It holds 300 notes. It's 100 pages with 3 pockets each page. Greg said hello.
Hi.
So if anybody needs one of these, one going to Richard. 2 left. Richard, that's going to automatically put you in a large flat rate. Them are big albums. Get down to the bottom real quick. Here. Deluxe banknote album. $50 to Richard. All right, anybody else? We got 2 more. They're unknown. All right, Richard's getting 2 of them.
One left.
1 left. Greg, if you need a banknote album, you better grab it before it disappears. Oh, last one going to Adam Jam. All right, that is all of them. Have to see about getting some more of those in soon.
gonna upgrade you.
Yeah, Adam Jammy, you're gonna be upgraded to a large flat rate as well. It's the only box those things fit in. All right, where were we? All right, next up, this one we got 2 available. Our 1985 to 1989 series Eastern Caribbean States $1 notes. Going for $4 each. I just finally got a big stock of medallions in again. I've been out for like 3 weeks. I finally got some more. Anybody? $4 each. One going to Doug. Anybody on the other? Other one going to Richard. Congrats, sir.
Richard, if you want, I can open one of your books and put banknotes in it if you want.
Hey, Richard, do you want us to unwrap one of your books so we can put your banknotes in it that fit? So they just ship in the album? Yep. Okay. Alright, next up, this is the first time that I remember have ever had a banknote from this country. This is a 1974. I don't know if it's just considered a liar or if it's actually like a lever or what, but it's from Lebanon, uncirculated, $8. I am fairly certain this is the first Lebanon banknote we have ever had. And going to Richard.
Press Richard.
All right, next one up. This is also the first time we've ever had this particular banknote. We've had banknotes from Greece before, but never this one. This is a 1944 500,000 drachma. Over $8. That's a lot of drachma. You're a half a millionaire.
I'm going to Richard.
Going to Richard.
Press Richard.
Next up, another first on this particular note. So 1953 to 58. This is a 10 won from South Korea. Over $4. This is note 152 of the series. Going to Richard. You're a Zimbabwe trillionaire. Richard beat you hidden. Alright, next 3. These are the last 3 of these that I have. You guys have blown me out on these. These are the 1965 pesos from Cuba. We have 3 left. $8 each. Last chance to get some Cuba currency.
And Richard says penal. Even though Doug wanted one.
Richard, do you want to let Doug have one, or do you want all three? You let Doug have one?
Okay.
So 1 to Doug, 2 to Richard. Congrats, sirs.
Congrats, guys.
All right, if anybody wants the military banknote or the fractional, let me know. Next up, we haven't had one of these in a while. So the older these get, of course, they have more of a premium on them. And this is a 1998 Silver Eagle. 1 ounce, 3/9 fine, silver. Starting to get that dark toning going on. Going for $35. Alex, your packages are already taped up.
I guess if you want, you can. I guess I can try and finagle it open.
Okay, Angela said she'll open it up and put it in there. Oh, you got it. Angela's gonna finagle it into your package.
I will get it in there.
Yeah, we ran into an issue trying to ship his package, though, because the UK apparently recently banned shipping of silver or gold coins
Of any kind.
going in and out. So I was basically full. So unfortunately, after we get this one figured out and try and figure out a way to get it to him, we're not going to be able to ship to him anymore. So we're going to try it one more time. We just put on the new paperwork. We put that it's like nothing but bronze medallions and books.
Oh, and the hat.
And the hat. So as long as they don't x-ray it or put it under a metal detector that can detect what kind of metal is in it, it should be fine. We'll see. Alright, next up. Got a lot of these went in pre-sale. There's only a handful of these left. These are the Canadian large cents. So we got 1913 in fine. Going for $5. All the 10s, 11s, and 12s went in pre-sale, and so did the other 13. Oop, side flip. Not up and down. Anybody?
I don't know why I had an ant on me.
Did I crawl on you when we were outside?
Probably.
Alright, moving on. So one of the 15s went in pre-sale. So we do have one of the other 15s left. It is in a VF for $6. Anybody? Get the light a little better. Focus. There we go. Anybody? Yeah, we only ever had one 7H, and we actually gave it to Amy Smith before she passed away as a Christmas gift one year. It's the only one we've ever had. Alright, 16s both went in pre-sale. The 17 VF went in pre-sale, so we're on to the 17 and fine. And some of the older dates are tough to get too, from the 1800s. And of course, the 58 is the key date for the series. Who? Anybody? Yeah, it's been a while since I've had any of the 1800s in. I'm always keeping an eye out for them. Moving on. We got one 1918 left. One thing I never follow people when rules change, just in case I've had to adapt to something else that I can do. Yep. You could always move stateside. Moving on. The 1919 VF going for 6. The reverse of this one is an EF, but a little too much wear on the obverse to be an EF. So you gotta go with the lowest side. Alright, moving on. Last one available, 1920 VF. Going for $6. If anybody wants all 6, I'll do all 6 for 24. Drops them to $4 each, as low as I can do them. Going to Greg. Congrats, Greg. Saved yourself $9. Oops. 1 second. Oh, they're harder to find. Anyone in the path of the hurricane? Greg might be. Greg might be flirting with the path. All right. On to World Silver. All right, kicking off with Canada. 10 centers. So the 51 and 53 went in pre-sale, so we're starting with the 61. And yeah, okay. Stay there, don't fall. All right, 1961, 10 cents. 80% silver EF for $4. Yeah, that was a typo. Is that because of the storm, or is that for a different reason? All right, moving on. And then the 62 went in pre-sale, so the last one of the dimes is the 63 EF toned. And again, going for $4. Just playing it safe. That's smart. All right, moving on. 225 centers. Kicking off with 1951. %80 silver in fine, $5. Glare. All right, moving on. 1960. We actually have two of these available. They're both VFs. They're $5 each. Here is number one. And here is number two. Anybody? All right, moving on. To 1962 VF for 5. All right, moving on. 263 VF for 5. Anybody's hoping for a bundle on these, 5's the lowest I can go on these. I cannot bundle them out. I would lose money. All right, moving on. To 1964 VF toned. Going for 5. I think the melt on these is what, like 3 something each. Let's see something real quick. So $3.16 right now is the melt on Canadian 80% quarters. $6.31 on the halves and $12.66 on the dollars. If anybody ever wants a quick reference for Canadian coin melt values, they have their own version of coinflation. Here's a link for it if anybody wants to bookmark it. And Richard's grabbing all the quarters. Congrats, sir. Give me your name on all these. All right, got you down for him. Next up, $50. So cool thing about Canadian $50, if you're new to them, all of them were low vintage because they didn't need that many. Starting off with 1958 and an EF for 12. Got some dark toning going on. Going to Doug. Congrats, Doug. All right, one more of these. We've got... Look, you're new to the 10% peso. Yeah, you've only got, what, about 1,000 of those now? 1964 EF for 12. Anybody? All right, moving on. $2. All right, first one up, we have 2 available. They're 1965. They're both the small bead blunt 5s. Both uncirculated for $28 each. Here is the other one. And both going to Richard. Congrats, sir. So, Richard, if you're new to those, there's 4 versions of the 65. There's the small beads blunt 5, the small beads pointed 5, and then there's the large beads blunt 5 and the large beads pointed 5. So if you ever want a full set, you got to get all 4. Last of the Canada is the 68 Goose. The Goose. BU Goose Dollar. Going to Richard. Congrats, sir. Sorry, 67. Yep, that was a typo on there. My bad. It's right on the thing. I'll fix it on here. So it's right on your invoice. There. Typo fixed. Alright. Next up. We had a bunch of these on last week's, and they all went in pre-sale. So none of them made it to the actual sale. This week, none of them went in pre-sale, so they're all here for the sale. Alright, we got 5 of each available. These are from Saudi Arabia. These are 1935 quarter rials. 91.7% silver. They're all BUs. And they're all going to Richard. Congrats, sir. Hayden, you need to get faster. Oh, Richard's letting you have one hidden. So 4 to Richard, 1 to hidden. Congrats to both of you. No, you got one. Richard let you have one. All right, and then also at 5 available. The 1935 half riles. 91.7% silver EFs. 950K minted. These are $8 each. And going to Richard on all 5. Congrats and congrats. Yeah, they're cool coins. All right, next up, going to Peru. So the 1894 went in pre-sale. But we do still have the 1924 one sold. 50% silver VF. 96,000 of these ever made. Going for $20. Going to Richard. Richard, do you mind if Hidden gets one of the half riles?
Sure.
Yep, alright. One going to Hidden for the half riles. So Hidden, you got yourself one of each. Alright. And to finish off World Silver for tonight, we are going to Mexico. Greg's favorite country for World Silver. Kicking off is a 1937 50 centavo. 72% silver AU for $10. Oh yeah, Mexican silver is hot right now. Go to Richard. Next up, a bit of an oldie. Bet you wish you had it all now, huh? It's a 1926 1 peso. 72% silver and fine, $14. Spend a bunch of money on the prep. Yeah, it's good spending though. I want to make sure you're ready for that thing. Going to Richard. Next up, these are some of actually the hardest ones to come by nowadays. 1948 5 pesos. This is actually one of the 90 percenters. VF for $30. Going to Richard. You want to start a Canadian large cent book? Yeah, definitely. Give me long enough, I'll get them all. Sometimes I can even get the pricier ones. Alright. Next up, 1968 25 peso. EF for $18. Going to Richard. Congrats, sir. And the last one. $1978, 100 pesos. BU, 22 bucks. Oh, you do still have them all? Nice. That is a pretty coin. And going to Richard. Cleaned up on the Mexico. Congrats, sir. Oh, here they are. I just had... Why did I have Mexico on these? I just realized I had a whole list of typos on the lot list.
So where's those coins at?
There's a little stack I put down there in the rubber band. 1 second, I gotta fix this real quick. Alright, so on the list, after the 100 peso, where it had all of the like 10 and 20 centavos that said Mexico, they're not. Those are all supposed to say USA Philippines. So, I don't know what happened to my brain when I put those on the list. Fixing them all real quick. Give me a second. Two more to go. Alright, all the listings are fixed. So we're on to USA Philippines. Alright, first up we've got... Make sure the rest of this list is right. Yep. Alright, we got 4 available. These are the 1944D, 10 centavos, 75% silver EF. We only have one EF, that's $4. The other 3 are AUs at $5 each. Alright, so here's the EF. And then here are the AUs. And these things were really close to being BUs. They only had a slight bit of wear on them. Anybody? Get out of there. All right, moving on. All right, and then we've got 120 centavo. It is also a 1944D. It is an EF for $4. All right, moving on. And the last one is a 50 centavo 44S EF for $9. All right, moving on. Would I do all of them for 18? No, that would be like half price. All of them going to Richard. Gratzer. No. For all of them, would be 32, not 22. Be 3 5s is 15. Plus 4 is 19. Plus 4 is 23. Plus 9 is 32. Alright, we are on to American coinage. Well, technically those were American coins. Oh, good. Richard grabbed them up. Alright, so this is... I really wish people would not clean coins. This is an 1887 Indian cent AU, but it's cleaned. So we have it priced as an EF at $30. If it wasn't clean, this would be like a $100 coin or more. But it's still a gorgeous coin. And going to Richard. Gratzer. All right, next up, Bob Dimes. And we're kicking off Barber Dimes with one of the key dates. $1892S. This isn't a good. And it's going to Doug. Congrats, Doug. That was a tough one to come by. All right, 97 went in pre-sale, so we're on to the 98. VF toned for $8. How often do you see barbers that still have that much detail on them? Going to Richard. Gratzer. All right, 98S went in pre-sale, so we are on to the 1900S VF for 15. Gotta work. You tell work to quit getting in the way of your priorities. Have a good night, man. Anybody? Going to Richard. All right, 03 went in pre-sale, so we're on to the 05. About 75 to 80% done, or a lot of them. Yeah, it's a fairly good series. I'm still working on getting all that box labeled of the barber dimes. Catch you later, man. 1905 VF, $8. Any takers? Going to Richard. All right, next up is the 05 San Francisco VG for 7.
Last call.
All right, moving on to the 06 VF for 8. Going to Richard. Next up is the 11 Denver VF for 10. And going to Richard. And then 12 Denver VF for 8.
Excuse me.
Anybody? Okay. Alright, moving on to the 13 plain date VF. Going for $8. And going to Richard. Next up is the 14S. This one a VG for 7. Moving out to the 16 in VF. Over $8. And then we've also got another 16, which is the prettiest one of the bunch. In EF. Check that one out. This one's $15. And this one's going to Richard. Good rats, sir. Any takers on the VF? And VF going to Richard as well. Alright. Anybody decide you want the 3 that didn't sell, let me know. Next up. Got 2 of our 5 Mercadine bundles tonight. As always, $15 per bundle. First bundle, you're getting an 18 and about good. You're getting a 25 plain date and fine. A 37 Denver VF. A 42 San Francisco VF. And a 43 plain in VF. Anybody on the bundle? $15. Makes them $3 each. Going to Richard. All right, and bundle number 2. 17S and about good. $20 Denver and about good. $35 Denver and fine. $42 plain date VF. And $41 plain date in EF. And again, $15 for the bundle. Anybody? All right, moving on. Oh, Richard came in late on that one. Grabbing the second bundle. Hey, Bo. All right, next up. See a Roosevelt dime year set. 1946, Denver, Philly, and San Francisco, all BUs. $12. It's only $4 a coin.
All these are Richard.
Oh, the Merc dimes. And probably the barber shoe, yeah. I don't know if that's full split band, but it might be real close. Anybody? All BUs. On Alex. Good rats up. All right, the 10-pack of Roosevelt dimes went in pre-sale, so we are going to be on to barber quarters. Are you gonna let me go smoke? All right, and I'm gonna step aside for a moment, and Angela's gonna jump in here and show you some barber quotas. So you get to look at a prettier face for a few minutes. I'll be right back.
Hello. Alright, we are starting off with the 1892 barber quarter. And good. Going for $10. Anyone? Last call on this one. Alright, moving on to 1897 barber quarter. And good. Going for $10. Last call. Alright, moving on to the $18.99 barber quarter. And good. Going for $10. Okay. All of the barber quarters are going to Richard. Congrats, Richard. Give me a couple to put all of it in. Alrighty. We are moving on to Standing Liberty quarters. Alright, we are going to the 1930 Standing Liberty quarter. Going for $12. And then we also too have the S Standing Liberty quarter for $12. That's in VF.
Anybody wants both? I'll do both for 20.
If anybody wants both, we'll do it for 20.
Here's your $4.
And Richards has been. Congrats, Richard.
So you finish off quarters and then I'll jump in.
Okay. Last quarter that we have is
Yeah, all but one of the Washingtons went in pre-sale.
1939S Washington quarter and fine going for $6. And estimate mark is right there.
I'm pulling it so far over.
I don't know.
Put it in the middle.
Anyone want that one?
Alright, moving on.
Alright. Lewis is coming back in.
Alright, we're on to $50. Alright, next up, we have 3 of these available. 2 of them are toned, 1 of them isn't. But they're all ES and they're all 12 bucks. These are the 1893 Columbian Expo commemorative halves. First commemorative $50 we ever did in the US. Here's the 2 toned. And here is the non-toned. Any takers on these?
Where did you change that to?
Because we have 3 of them.
Okay, but one of them's not toned. So
I told them
that's why
that.
I put 2 on that.
I told them that. Alright, moving on. Two barber halves. Alright, 1893 went in pre-sale. Which means that's not supposed to be over here. So we are kicking off with the 1898. Apparently I forgot to pull that one. Oh, wait. That's because that's why. So I'm going to have to keep an eye out for his stuff. This one is an VG for 16 bucks. Apparently I pulled that one. Got that one. I just forgot one. Okay. Anybody? Going to Richard Gratzer. Next up is 1899 in a VG for 16. And going to Richard. And next up is the '07 Denver. VG, 16 bucks. Alright, moving on. Next up is the '08 New Orleans. This one's in a fine at 30. These things jump in price fast as the grades go up. Going to Richard. Alright, that was the New Orleans. Next up is the '08 Denver. VG at 16. Alright, moving on. So the 1909 S went in pre-sale, so we were on the '09 plain date. VG for 16. Man, only 7 people on. Where is everybody tonight? Alright, moving on. Alright, next one. This one's one of the better date and mint combos. 1910 S. This one's in a fine at 40 bucks. Been all the half dollars. All the barbers. Going to Richard. Oops. Did you want the Colombians too, or just the barbers? All 3 Colombian Expos going to Richard. All right. Still want to give people a shot at the others before I just give them to you. We'll see you when you get back. All right, next up, Walking Libs. One of the most popular series in coins. Kicking off 1918 San Francisco. This one's gonna fine at 18 bucks. It's always nice when you get those early years in a decent grade. A lot of these are slick, so you can barely make out the date. All right, moving on. Actually surprised nobody grabbed that. I thought sure somebody would have. Next up is the 20 San Francisco VG for 16. Moving on. Next up, this one's a semi-key date. 23 San Francisco in fine. Going for 50 bucks. I can go 45 on it, Doug. Going to Doug for 45. 18S going to Richard. Congrats and congrats. Next up, you're very welcome, is the 27 San Francisco in a VF for 20. All right, moving on. And the last of the Walking Libs, 28 San Francisco in a fine at 25. That's the 20S. What's I doing there? There's the 28. There's the real one. I grabbed the wrong one. Fine for 25, 28S. Anybody? All right, moving on. Richard, let me know if you want the last three of the walkers. All right, and the last two $half. If you ever had a 28D, there's no such thing as a 28D. 28 was one of the years that they only did them in San Francisco. It's 23, 27, and 28. Oh, counterfeit D? I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm not surprised if it is. All right, 1948 Franklin $half. First year of the Franklins. AU at $16. Going to Richard. And the last $half. 63 plain date Franklin BU, $18. Anybody? All right, moving on. All right, final stretch. I need to move this up some. All right, Richard, if you're still in earshot, told you I'd have a bunch more of these this week. So these are the rest of these that I have in stock. I'm going to link them all. Then I'll show them. These are the Presidential Dollar and First Lady Medallion sets. They're all going to be $5 each. As I said last time, I have no idea which mint these dollars are from because the mint marks were on the sides and the packaging doesn't say. So after I'm done linking these all, if anybody wants specific ones, just let me know which one. Are they all Philly mints, Bo? For these sets? Alright, there you go. Bo says they're all Philly mint. Alright, so that is the list of them available today. Again, $5 each. Here's the John Adams 2007. Thomas Jefferson 07. Martin Van Buren 07. Or no, 08, sorry. Van Buren's 08. And then from 09s, John Tyler. William Henry Harrison. We've got 2 of these available. Adams and Jefferson going to Doug. Here is Zachary Taylor from 2009. And then Franklin Pierce, 2010. Keep in mind, too, everything up through the 010s, these are the ones that would have been in mint sets, so these are actually the satins. (2012) Grover Cleveland. Of course, that was the lowest mintage year for a lot of the stuff. Got 2 Grover Clevelands. And then Theodore Roosevelt. Was 2013. Woodrow Wilson, 2013. And Lyndon Johnson, 2015. Anybody else on any more of those? Richard, you got them all last week, so if you want to add more of them to your collection, might as well grab all these this week. Start loading up that big box. All right, recap. All right, banknotes. There's only 2 banknotes left. The Japanese 10-cent military note. And the Beauville 25-cent Canada fractional. open the 63 Franklin before Richard gets it. You got it, Jay. Anybody on the banknotes? If anybody wants both, I'll do both for 20. Saves you $10. Lowest I could do on that one. Basically, I'm dropping this one to 15. And Doug's taking that deal. Doug beat you, Richard. Congrats, Doug. All right. World Silver. All we've got is a couple of Canadas left. So we got the 61 10-cent, $63 10-cent, and the 64 $half. Anybody want any of these? So $4, $4, and $12. Okay. And then Barber Dimes. We still got the 05S. The 12D. And the 14S. Jay's package didn't go out, did it? He's asking if it's still here or not. We're checking.
Tree Smokes?
Yeah.
Yeah, his package has not gone.
It's still here?
Uh-huh.
No, Jay, your package has not gone out yet. It is still here.
It's because you didn't tell us.
Anybody on these?
Week? Did you want it shipped?
It might actually upgrade. I don't know what he's in right now.
He's in a bubble, and that's not going to upgrade.
You might want to double check.
I can almost guarantee you it's not.
It might on weight. Alright, moving on. Okay, just checking. All right, Washington quarter, we had one left. I mean, I might be able to knock off a couple of bucks, but the majority of what's left is stuff that I can't really lower anymore. So, based on what's left, I could knock like 10 bucks off the top. That'd be it. All right, walkers that are left. $20s, $27s, and the $28s. Let me see if anybody wants a walker first, and then we'll throw your name on everything and adjust accordingly. Just out of curiosity, Richard, should we just figure on Friday being your standard day you pay every week? That's pretty much what it's been. Alright, rest is going to Richard. So I'll just knock this one down to 15 to make that 10 bucks off of everything.
Alexander says Ben.
Well, I already said I'd give him to Richard, so you came in a little too late unless Richard wants to let you have him. Let me see if I could even do it, even if he said yes. Yeah, actually, I wouldn't even be able to go that low anyway. So, alrighty. Have a good night, man. You should have said something before Richard been to mall. then you would have got some. All right, everybody, thanks for coming out. Everybody have a great night. As always, give us a chance to get the... Yeah, I'll send the invoice, and then you're paying it on... That's what, like Sunday is the 3rd or something like that?
Yeah. Because Friday's the 1st.
Yeah. So, you'll get your payment in on Sunday. Sunday. All right, everybody have a good night.